going to try to do this in one take. This is KC for Carlton Mush's new video series. This is Scarlet V3. Case is a Phanteks Enthoo Primo. The system started off in a Fractal R4, which you can see back there, but I had to swap it out. I couldn't cool down the system properly in that case. I'm still a solid case. I love the Fractal R4, but I needed something bigger so I could put more fans in. So anyway, case is a Phanteks Enthoo Primo. Power supply is an EVGA Supernova 1000 watt P2 power supply. If I can get it to focus, that's a 1000 watt 80 plus platinum power supply. I did have a Corsair RM850 in there, but I had to swap it out. I was worried that it wouldn't be sort of big enough. I'll show you why in a little bit. Cables are they're just standard individually sleeved braided cables, straight from EVGA, built for the power supply. I had to get them from Germany. I couldn't find them in the UK at the time, but yeah, it's just cables. Cable management, you know, it's just cable management. It looks like a spider's nest, whatever. Storage. My main storage drive, my primary, is a Sandisk Extreme 2. That's a 480 gig SSD. That's got my OS and all of that. Secondary drive is a Samsung 840 Evo. That's 500 gig. That's for my bigger games, the more demanding games, and so on. There's also a 240 gig Crucial M500. I took that out of the laptop. That was supposed to be for my mods and whatnot, but I gave up on that. So right now that's just empty. I'll probably put it back in the laptop, seeing as right now that's only has a hybrid in there. There's also a 250 gig just standard Seagate 2.5 inch laptop drive, which is for my smaller games that don't really benefit from being on an SSD. They're all here. If I can get this off. Yeah. What else? There's also a 3 terabyte WD green, which I keep at the front here. Oh, that's locked. 1 second. Grab my keys. Alright, so that's the WD green 3 terabytes. I keep it there. I had to take the drive cages out of the side of the system because I needed that space for airflow. I needed it to be unobstructed. So that's where my storage drive goes. This is the NZXT Hue that handles the lighting in the case. Standard dual layer DVD burner. Then I also have this little drawer here. This is where I keep my USB sticks and micro SD cards and adapters and all of that, those little bits. And this is just a cover. What else? Come around to the front. Alright, so the motherboard is an MSI Z97 Gaming 7. As you can see, that replaced my MSI Z87 GD65. That was a good board, but it got damaged. Long story short, I was moving the system, it dropped, or the top of the case here came off, and well, RIP to that motherboard and one of my graphics cards as well. But anyway, the CPU is a Core i7 4770K. I've overclocked it to 4.4 gigahertz, which is a decent overclock, but in my opinion it took a bit more than it should have to get there. So good chip, but not a great overclocker in my opinion. RAM is Corsair Vengeance Pro, 16 gigs at 1866 megahertz, Cas9. Good RAM, never had a problem with it. The cooler, the CPU cooler, is an NZXT Kraken X61. That's a 280mm cooler. It's fine, it does the job. Now the graphics cards, these are two MSI R9 290s, but I had to take off the stock coolers because they weren't cutting it, frankly. They were getting way too hot. The system was locking up. They were loud as hell. I just had to sort of take them off. I don't know anything about like proper water cooling, so I had to sort of Frankenstein jerry rig the two NZXT Kraken X41s onto them. So each of them has an NZXT Kraken X41 water cooler. It's a 140 milliliter cooler. Millimeter. Both in push pull. Temps are fine now. They never go above 50 or 60. I'm not sure, but they idle at 30, so it's all good. What else? There are 12 fans here in total. These two 120mm Corsairs, they're SPs. Obviously two 140s here, another two 140s, two more up here. Two 140 intakes at the front, and then the Noctua 140 Reduxes in the side, more intakes. So there's 6 intakes in, 6 exhausts. What else? Turn it on. Yeah, so that's the lighting. Looks better with the case on. Obviously you can hear the system's quite loud with all those fans. I'll probably get around to moving some of those fans around, maybe dropping the push pull on the graphics cards to try and quieten it down a little bit. It's the loudest when it first turns on, but anyway. But yeah, that is Scarlet V3. I may do another video on the desktop, like peripherals, keyboard, mouse, blah blah blah. And I may do another one on the second system. But anyway, I will see. But yeah, that's Scarlet V3. That's my system. Thanks to Mush for, the good idea. Everybody, I encourage you to make a short video of your system, send it in. Feel free to add me, 1KCA on Steam. Add me on Instagram, 1KCA as well. And yeah, Scarlet V3.